spooky.
Ooh.
How you doing, Max?
Yeah, I'm good.
God, you don't sound too good.
I've been overtaken by Pazuzu.
Oh God, not Pazuzu.
Pazuzu.
I am Pazuzu. That stupid movie, dude.
Oh,
So
what?
I was just gonna say, I recently watched the third Exorcist because it was on Red Letter Media. They did a thing on it. It was pretty good.
That's the only one that I owned when I was a kid on the DVD.
Oh,
I'd seen that one, and then I saw the first one like way later when I was a teen.
the scariest movie ever.
Oh,
Or so
yeah,
they say.
Sure.
Well, it's
Oh,
at the time in the 70s it was, but yeah, things have changed. Anyway,
Oh God, yeah. The Thing is way creepier.
I love The Thing. It's a
Everyone
fucking
loves The Thing.
yeah, dude.
Dude, Predator's creepier than The Exorcist.
Yeah.
Come at me, internet.
Well, until Arnold is like rolling around in mud making
I think that's when it
traps.
gets super creepy, because then they're on the same level. Like at first you're like, this is an action movie. And then it's like, oh wow, now it's a Bigfoot movie.
Yep.
And then it becomes man versus creepy swamp beast movie. It's awesome.
It does start off as an action movie, dude, when they're raiding that camp.
Yeah.
And they're just
Yeah.
shooting things, and jeeps are flipping over, tuts are exploding, and
Yeah.
eh.
It's awesome because it makes you think like, oh, it's going to be one of these. It's going to be like Commando or something.
Right.
And then it's like, nope, it's not.
And then everyone starts getting systematically picked off, and all these like
Yeah.
tough guys are powerless to stop it. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is cool.
Anyway,
It's creepier than Exorcist, so fuck it. I think part of my problem with Exorcist is that I have a big problem with like, I have problems buying into possession. It's not something that's an easy sell for me, so I can't like hop into that idea as open as some people can, I guess.
yeah.
Yeah, but The Thing in the Woods, I'm all for it.
All right.
So, yeah.
Well, speaking of comparing creepy things with each other,
Yeah.
you have a list, right?
Well, Kendall thought up a little fun idea. This idea Smythe over here is shitting out $1 million ideas every second, and he said, "Why don't we do a Would You Rather Halloween edition, James?" And I said, "Okay, Kendall, let's do it."
That's exactly.
Yeah, and then we over the course of about 3 weeks came up with the best 6 ideas that we could come up with.
Right. There was hundreds, but we had to whittle it down for you guys, of course.
Yes, took a long time.
Long ass time.
Okay. So I guess I don't know where to start. I'm looking through these. I wonder which one of the. Okay, let's just start here. And we'll throw this out a few different ways. These are more or less talking points, and we of course want to hear your comments.
Yes.
Okay, so would you rather have a seance or use a Ouija board?
Ooh, see, I'm a bit of a religious man myself, so Ouija board, I don't know. It's tough to say. Well, like, here's the thing. I think you told me recently that, like, Fisher-Price owns the rights to the Ouija board, right? Or somebody
It's
like that?
Hasbro or one of them,
yeah. So,
Yeah.
it really is just a toy, guys. Like, we make it seem like it's this evil portal that lets the demons in. Is it, though? Or is it just a toy?
I don't know. I mean, they might own the name, but I think the idea goes back a long time.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. There probably used to be, like, bone tossing involved and, like, counting dice and standing on one leg and bullshit like that. But the modern take on it, I think, is just more people are impressionable and they push a little bit on that little seeing eye triangle thing.
Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of it is. I don't know, that being said, I think for me it'd be Seance. I've always wanted to participate in one. I just want to see, like, how it is, because, like, I did Halloween Horror Nights a couple times in Knott's Berry Farm, and I'd always buy the Skeleton Key Pass, so you'd get, like, a special room thing before you would go into the haunts. And one of them was like this seance, and we summoned the ghost of Houdini, and he like jumped out of the table and was real spooky, and nobody could have saw that coming. But anyway, that kind of piqued my interest, though. I'm like, okay, what's a real one like? Because that was kind of interesting. But like, what's a real one like? Like, am I really going to start feeling shit? Is there going to be weird spookums? Am I going to or nothing? Yeah, you know. Yeah. So I got that's me.
Interesting. I mean, I'm not a religious person, and I would not use a Ouija board.
Really?
Take that for what it is. They freak me out, man.
Well,
so they freak me out.
Seance for you too, then?
Yeah, seance for me too. I think I don't know if I'd participate, but I would want to be in the room and watch.
Oh yeah, you know what? I guess I should have put that caveat too. That like I don't necessarily want to be at the table holding hands or candles or whatever they do, but I'd like to be in the room and observe, because for it to work, everyone in doing the whatever you want to call it, the seance, you have to like be together and close your eyes, and there's like some smoke involved and whatnot, like incense smoke. So I'd like to be off the sides just watching.
I don't want to be part of that.
No, I want to observe. No. I don't want to be a part of it, because I feel like if I'm a part of it, I'm going to be persuaded either by, somebody tapping me on the shoulder or, whatever. Like, I just want to be able to go in there with an open mind, but, being able to be fully conscious and aware of everything going on in the room.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, let's seance for both of us.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Let me cross that off. Let me draw a big wiener next to it. Okay. All right. So now, this is one that I thought up. I didn't tell you about.
Uh-oh.
All right. Now, either alone, we'll do it both ways. Either alone or with a group of friends. Cemetery or an old battleground.
Well, isn't that the same thing? Well, I guess no, not necessarily.
No.
Well, right, because like a cemetery, people are laid to rest. And battleground often are just mass graves because, the bodies were just buried in a hurry because, the decomposing is really nasty. There's a couple spots that happened in the Civil War where they just basically dumped all the bodies into a creek and buried it,
Yeah, but often they would go back later and redo all that.
They would try, but there's still a lot of bodies that are unrecovered.
Yeah.
So, that's a tough one. So, like, if I was a little more susceptible to believing in spookums, I would probably say no thanks to the battleground, because if spookums were real, then they would be more likely to be angry there than because the theory that I hear a lot is like spirits are leftover energy that have unfinished business or trying to interact with the living for one reason or another. So one would think that a battleground where they died and didn't get to see the outcome of the battle, they're going to want to come back and keep fighting until they win, right? So
right. I guess. I don't know.
Well, we're speculating.
Yeah.
And seeing as I'm a big hot white pussy, I'd rather go where the spirits are at ease. You know what I'm saying? So I'd probably do cemetery.
Now, I've heard that cemeteries are kind of like, realistically, sort of dead zones just for that reason. Pun totally not intended. But, like, they're kind of, as far as, like, paranormal activity goes, they're sort of nil. Because that's not where the drama happened.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I would be, like, if ghosts are real, I'd be safe, man. I'd be safe.
Yeah, safe. All right, I'd probably do a, I'm assuming I'm alone in this situation.
Right.
I'd probably do cemetery. Because at least it seems like it'd be close to civilization. Some of these battlegrounds, at least, in my mind, like, I'm picturing them not anywhere near city. So I just want some semblance of, like, normalcy, I suppose.
Right.
If I'm with people, I'd probably go to the battleground. No big deal. See what I can drum up. But yeah, cemetery for me. Just to last a night. All right. Okay, so far we agree.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, I'm going to put parameters on this.
All right.
Would you rather walk 10 miles? 10 miles is a long walk. 10 miles through a dark forest with people, or 10 miles on the side of a highway alone?
Ooh.
Let's say through the dark forest you're with one other person.
So dark forest, do I get to choose this person, or they,
Maybe you could choose, sure.
Okay.
But you only have this person. You don't have anything besides clothes and enough water to not die. Whatever,
Right.
You know, like fucking rocket launchers or flare guns or gasoline and matches. Like none of that shit.
Right.
Like you know where you're going and you know how to get there, but it's just that you have to do that walk.
Damn, dude. And the other one is through the forest alone.
No. Through the forest with a person, or on a dark highway alone.
Oh, that's the rule?
Well, we could talk about it both ways, I guess. We could talk about preference here. So let's say one of them you have to choose to be alone, one of them you have to choose to be with one person. Which one would you choose and why?
I would definitely take another person on the highway, because on the highway I'm more likely to run into somebody, and if I'm going to get kidnapped, I want as much force with me as possible to avoid getting kidnapped, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah.
So I want somebody else with me there. And also in a forest, I'd rather be alone, because I don't want to have to keep telling somebody to stop if I get a weird feeling, because like in a forest, if I hear something weird, I can stop and immediately turn my head to listen. I don't have somebody going, what'd you hear? What is it? If things get real hot and spooky, I can go at my own pace. I feel like I can fend for myself a little better in the forest by myself. On a road, no, I'd rather have, somebody with me to back me up in case, Mad Max murder vehicle comes after us,
Right, okay. I'd probably agree with you, I believe. I think I can hide easier in a forest alone, although that would be not the best. Neither one of these is the best situation, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Like both of these, you're like, you got chills up your back the whole way.
Oh, yeah, you got that kind of tense stomach. You feel kind of sick the whole way.
Yeah.
You're just eager to get it done.
Yeah, and 10 miles, that's quite a ways, man. That's quite a ways. So, but yeah, I would say I agree with your logic there. I'm probably gonna die on both of them, but it is what it is.
And speaking from experience, probably one of the most terrifying things I've done in my life, I had to walk down a dirt road in Golden Valley back to the highway.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, my God. And I was, like, way deep in there. We're talking, like, maybe a mile and a half.
Yeah.
And I had to walk it, and it was like, dusk. It was about 6 o'clock. The sun was starting to go down. And, you're in the Sacramento Valley or whatever it's called. And so I was just, like,
Yeah.
And it was weird because there's the occasional, like, fence around a mobile home that's kind of near the road, maybe a block away or so, but they felt so far away, like if I needed help they would never hear me scream,
Yeah.
Even though they were right there, lights were on, I could tell people are home. Like, I hated every minute of it. And as soon as I got to the highway, man, it was like it was dark, and like I was so ready to get out of there. And thankfully my friend who was picking me up was like at the Sonic and just hopped on the road and got me, and I was just like, fuck all of that. Never doing that again.
Now I think what year was it 2013 where I took my little handy recorder and walked out into the woods? That was fucked up.
Yeah.
That was super fucked up. I didn't go 10 miles, but I may have gone a mile. Yeah, I may have gone a mile. And I kind of can't totally remember everything about it, but I remember looking back at my truck underneath the light, and I would just see it get further and further away until it was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, Jesus, that's as far as I need to go back, you know?
Right.
And this is in the woods. Like, here it's woods, dude.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah, and I don't know, now I have a greater fear for this kind of thing, but at the time, I didn't. It was like, oh, it's the woods, it's whatever. But I got so far in, and then I saw a guy walking a dog or something.
Mm-hmm.
And a dog had come up to me first, I believe. And he, like, sniffed my hand, and it freaked me the fuck out. And then the dog ran away. And then I kind of, at that point, that's about when I turned back. And then I saw the dude walking around out there and I realized that the dog was his.
Ah.
And I was like, oh, shit. And I didn't know if I was on somebody's property or what, or if he was just out there. I don't know what the fuck, but that freaked me the hell out, man. And that's all on tape somewhere on this channel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Go give it a listen.
Yeah, go listen to that. I think that's 2013 or something, maybe 2014 Halloween Madness. I forget. But no, I agree with you on that. I would take somebody with me on the highway.
Yeah.
And then I'd feel dreadful, but I'd probably do the forest alone as well.
Yeah, I don't ever want to do the forest alone, but I'd rather do the forest alone.
Yeah. All right. Alrighty. Let's see. Now you came up with this one. Lockdown, just like Zach Baggins, and alone. I'll make that the rule. In an empty apartment building, like empty, no doors, nothing, empty.
Yeah.
Or an empty factory, and I'm guessing like a lime factory, like conveyor belts.
Why a lime factory?
Stations and shit like that of comparable size. So, either an apartment building.
Okay.
That's empty.
Right.
Like all the doors are out. It's all kind of run down, maybe.
The occasional, like, ratty couch, but that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a factory that's been shut down and is defunct in similar condition and size.
Like, no newer than, like, the 50s.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Okay. So, which one would you be? And this is a lone lockdown.
During the night, I assume, right?
Yeah.
I would ooh, fudge. See, on the one hand, like, factories got all that pipe work going through it, and they also, like, on the assembly floors back in the day, they'd have, like, the big glass windows to let in natural light.
Yeah.
So that's probably all broken, and stuff's living in there like animals, so I don't like that. But on the other hand, apartment building is probably full of spooky peoples. This is tough, man. I'm not Dan Bell over here. I can't do this. Probably an apartment building, just purely because I feel like it's a lot easier to navigate that because it's structured to be navigated, whereas a factory, like, it's not necessarily always going to be built with human pathing in mind.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could get cornered and trapped in a factory a lot easier than I could in an apartment building.
Okay, interesting. This is the first one we're gonna disagree on.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm choosing this for mental reasons. And like mental reassurance. A factory, to me, in my mind, is very clinical. It's very sterile, because it's a factory. Obviously, the condition it would be in wouldn't be. But, to me, an apartment complex, it would have too many memories, too many things that are too familiar and would creep me out in a way at night that I wouldn't be prepared to handle. Like, I'd go, oh my god, did I just hear somebody in the apartment above me?
Right.
Did I just hear somebody in that room? Is somebody coming up and down the stairs? That would get to me, I think, after a bit.
See,
I'd be afraid to go down every hallway. A factory, you got a big open floor. You got stations. It's probably in lines. It's very clinical. I wouldn't have the same sort of paranoias in there as I would in an apartment building. It's probably one level is another thing, maybe two.
Probably two, yeah.
Yeah. So,
see, I don't know, man. The thing about like a factory is like, I feel like sound would echo almost just as much in like throughout that.
Oh, probably much worse. But in a way, to me, that's reassuring because that would be appropriate for the kind of building it was. If I heard weird sounds in an apartment complex, that's way too much for me to handle because I would immediately think, oh God, people, evil people.
The people gonna stab me in the heart and sacrifice me to Pazuzu.
Yeah, whether that's true or not is a different thing, but it's the mental reassurance.
I got
in a factory,
yeah,
in a factory, I'd be like, okay, that's a raccoon on the roof scurrying around.
Right.
Yeah, and it's just the weird shape of the room is making that sound that weird. Like I would be able to try and rationalize those kinds of things easier than in an apartment building. So I'm gonna choose the factory.
Huh. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. We done on that one?
I guess so, yeah. I mean,
okay.
Yeah, I'll take apartments, you take factory.
Shit, hell yeah. All right. And probably also... oh, geez, sorry. As far as, like, whether spirits are real or not, I'm assuming that's why you're on a lockdown in one of these places.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if you're there to find spirits in apartment buildings, probably better. But if I'm there strictly for an endurance run, I think a factory would be better for me.
Yeah, I mean, I could see your point, but still, I'd rather take my chances in a building I know I can easily, outflank anything that wants to get at me.
Yeah.
Well, not easily, but, like, I know that, like, oh, stairs are going to be, like, on the ends in the middle, like, I don't know.
Yeah. All right. Here's one. Another that you came up with. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Hell yeah. All right. Sleep on the top, or I'm gonna say, sleep on the top of your car or in the bed of your truck, open in the desert, or sleep in your car in the woods.
Ooh. So you've slept in your car on the side of the road, right?
I have. I have.
You're a madman.
Yeah, that's how Michael Jordan's dad got killed. Yep.
I don't like that.
Fun fact, he pulled over to a rest stop and fell asleep, and he got killed sleeping at a rest stop.
Ooh.
Yep.
Well, dang. But see, I have slept on the hood of my Jeep in the desert once.
Yeah.
So, and I didn't get gobbled up. So I'm going to go with desert, because I know that.
Yeah.
So, as we've talked about many times, the desert can be very, like, isolating and scary in its own right. But at the same time, it's like, I can see everything around me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, nothing is really going to sneak up on you when you've got full vision. And because it's a lot quieter, you can hear things. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know.
I agree with you completely. In a way, being in my car is worse because at night, like, you can't see out windows.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
I hate that shit.
Yep.
Especially if the moon's out or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
No, good lord.
Or a couple of good old boys with a spotlight put it right in your face and you're done, you're toast.
Oh, Jesus. You better hope that you're dead.
We're going to skin you then eat you, partner.
Okay.
Get his toes, Gumby.
I'm also more comfortable with the desert.
Yeah.
I'm far more comfortable with the desert. It's probably because I grew up there, but like, yeah, you're right. Desert can be creepy at night, but it is more open. You can see further, even at night, dude.
Yeah.
Like you if the moon is out on a desert night, you can still see quite a ways.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah.
There's no trees to, make shadows and play tricks on your eyes.
No, there's not. Also, it's just more comfortable to do that in the desert. There's something about it. It's not...
Yeah.
There's no noise. It's weird. Desert's weird.
It is. It's very peaceful at night. It's...
Yeah. But there's things out there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there's Squatch.
There's desert Squatch.
Yeah, they'll get you. They'll kill you.
They'll grab you up and gobble you.
Yeah, they'll end your ass. Don't you think twice about that.
Not to mention, the desert is the domain of the skinmen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
You gotta watch out for them, too.
Yeah. Be that as it may, I would still choose the desert.
Right.
Because, the woods are... they're alien to me, and I can't see as well, and I don't have all my senses as toned in as well in the woods. So, I suppose if I had the hide, though, the woods would be better.
Oh yeah, but I mean, we're just talking like on the car or in the car.
Yeah.
No suspended.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense to me because you're like right at T-Rex mouth range in the high hide, but whatever. I guess it works.
Yeah. All right. Abandoned hospital or an abandoned school?
Ooh.
I guess we're talking also, again, a single lockdown. An alone lockdown.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with school for me.
Yeah.
I don't both have really long hallways with doors. I don't like that. But schools are typically no more than like 3 stories. And I rarely see, multi-story schools. So there's less building you gotta deal with. The gym is a big open, which is just an abyss when it's pitch black. That's a no good. That's a no zone. But for the most part, you can kind of figure out your way around the school because most of the time they're either shaped in like a square or like a horseshoe shape, like a U shape. They're laid out so kids can quickly get from one end to the other end. You know what I mean? So I think I'd rather take that. Not to mention, kind of what you were talking about, like the whole mindset thing. If I'm in a hospital, I'm going to be thinking about like weird doctor shit and like if I'm at a school, I'm just like, oh, weird. These kids had a bigger gym than I did when I was in high school. Fuck these kids. Right. They're spoiled.
Yeah, I would choose a school.
Yeah.
Hospitals are creepy to me.
Hospitals are creepy during the day when they're lit full of people.
Yeah, I work in a hospital, and it can get fucked. Like some of those hallways and tunnels I gotta go down. It's never scary. It's never once been scary, except when an elevator quit on me once.
Yep.
But like, it's like, Jesus, this is a long tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. It's creepy. Oh, they're wheeling a body into the morgue. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's just... I would think after like hour number 2, you would start thinking of that kind of shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. How many people have died here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a school would be easier mentally to hang out at night.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, written off in a side note, I have this. Library.
I would do a library. But I gotta say, like, I don't know, like, I would do a library, but I would probably stay out of the bookshelves as much as possible. I would just either...
Oh, God.
I would stay to the big aisles, or if there's, like, an upstairs, I would stay to the upstairs. Stay to the outskirts. Like, once you start getting mingled in the aisles, like, and it's dark, oh, no. It's gross, man.
Oh, that's a terrible... I never even thought of that.
Yep.
I never even thought of that. Imagine, like... because there's that little space between the books and the top of the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
You can during the day, like, your peripherals will, like, catch people, the tops of people's heads walking through that. I mean, at night, that would just be turned up to 10, dude. You'd be freaking out at every shadow. Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross. Yeah.
That's no fucking good.
Yeah, I would try to stay on the outskirts and just try to, okay, demons, you can have that space. I'll be over here.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, my first job was at the library there in Kingman.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not a big library, but it's like pretty sizable for a town like Kingman.
Well, I think it's because it's a county library, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a cut, and Mojave County is pretty big.
Yeah, and it's not two-story or anything, but the actual, I would say, I don't know about what size you would call that building. Maybe the size of like
it's like the size of your average, retail store.
Yeah, like maybe like a Big Five.
Yeah, exactly, like a Big Five or something.
Yeah,
it's
something like that. I guess if you've ever been in a Barnes and Noble,
yep,
it's about that size.
Yeah, it actually could easily be like a Barnes and Noble.
Yeah, it's decently big. And over in the children's section, I don't know if they still have this.
It's still there.
Jesus Christ, this fucking thing. And there were a few times I had to go in there after night, and when there would be nobody else in there except like some of the evening people that would be putting books up. But up there they have a life size sitting on top of the shelf. When I was there, I don't know if is it still in the same spot?
It's on a shelf, but it's like in the back now, in the back like north corner of the thing.
Good. Fuck that thing. Get that thing out of there. It used to be right there on top of the shelves.
Yeah.
It's a life-size, realistic Dobby statue.
And I don't know where they got it from.
I don't know where they got it from either, but that fucking thing's terrible.
Yep. It's
awful. And it's creepy, and it sits there, and it used to look at everybody. And it just freaked me the fuck out, man. It's a creepy fucking thing.
I couldn't go near that at night, dude. Oof.
Ew. And at night, you have that big window over there on the north side, right?
Yep.
And at night, I have a few memories of looking over there and seeing that silhouette in that window.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Ooh,
yeah.
Blood chill.
Yeah.
No.
It's fucked up. And I hated that.
And that's the thing too. There's also in the middle, like in the roof, there's like a
skylight.
There's a big pyramid-shaped skylight. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I would imagine on a really good moonlit night, getting the moon right in there, that would be some fucky shadows in there. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that ain't no good.
Some real hot sauce. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh Jesus. Okay. Well, that's been this would you or wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Halloween edition.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Post your comments below on the topics we covered. What would you rather do and why? Also, bonus question, would you bring a flashlight with you? Why or why not? I personally would not, because I feel like it would just draw more attention to me. Max, your quick thoughts? Would you sacrifice your night vision for that little bit of light,
What kind of flashlight are we talking? Are we talking like 12?
No, like a $4, couple D batteries in there. Like this isn't it isn't a front lamp. This is just like a little plastic, you get it at the dollar store.
I mean, part of me wants to say I wouldn't mind having it, but I mean, I guess I don't have to use it if I have it. But it sure seems like a shitty idea.
Yeah.
It seems as shitty as it seems good.
Yeah, I'd rather go without it. Unless I can bring, basically the sun with me, I'd rather not bring attention to myself.
Yeah. It would depend. It would be dependent on these things. Like if we're talking, you're locking me down in a library, and it's a functioning library, then it's probably going to be okay for me to have a flashlight. Right. Like it's probably going to be just fine. side of the highway at night, it's probably okay to have a flashlight because car headlights are going to be on me anyway. Anybody that's going to see me is going to be seeing me anyway. Sleeping in my car at night, probably okay to have a flashlight because I'm already in a car and I'm making myself known as it is. Being in an abandoned apartment building, maybe not. Probably not a good idea. Walking through the forest alone, maybe not a good idea. So there's situations that are good and are not for that.
I got you.
Yeah.
Well, post your thoughts below. And, And we'll catch you, lovely little spooky Halloween madness. What do we call them?
Halloween madness, do's or don'ts or dies.
Yes.
Do's or don'ts or dies. There we are. Perfect.
Dude, give it a week and watch Mojo's gonna make a way better version of this video.
I know, fuckers. Shitheads.
Top 10 do's or don'ts for Halloween. Number
everything
10.
in the Joker's head.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
We gotta stop. This video is too long as it is.
We'll see you on the next one.
Ooh, spooky goblin.
Ooh.